future, the future, the future, the future, the future, the future.
Arts Inside Out started with a conversation with me and Dick Scanlon, who's like a bit of a mentor of mine, and we wanted to work with children affected by HIV. So we looked at the global scale and basically tried to find in what location are children at the highest rate being affected by HIV. And so in sub-Saharan Africa, that's the highest rate of infection, that's the highest rate of children affected by HIV. So we decided that's the location we should be. We didn't want to just go to South Africa and be one of the organizations that just decide on a whim like, oh, we're going to go to Africa and help people. We really wanted to work with kids affected by HIV. So South Africa was the place, and then we came across Nkosi'S Haven, which was perfect. It was exactly where we needed to be. We had similar missions. There was this incredible group of children that we could work with, and the mothers, and we get to work with Gail Johnson, who really embodies all the things that we think are important.
My aim in putting this show together was to give the students a platform for their own voices and interests, and in particular to show them the challenges and the joys that come from collaborating with each other and offering their own work to the community to create something bigger than any individual would have been able to create on their own.
Can we keep that?
No.
What can we keep?
A lot of this production, in terms of the themes, comes from a debate the students had in one of our improv classes. The debate was the girls really on one side of the room and the boys on the other side of the room. The girls saying, you are the only person that can take care of you and keep yourself safe. The boys saying, well, it really does take a community to keep everyone alive. And that conversation about how you survive in the world that really came from the students is at the heart of this production.
We led with the theme So Where To. On the first day we offered that question, that prompt to the students, which some of our South African colleagues informed us was a sort of riff, a creative riff on Soweto, but we all took to it in a far more abstract way because it allows the students to dream forward, and think not only where they're headed in this program, but also in their own lives and hopefully careers. So that is, if not the message, then the guiding question or principle of the show.
How much of a challenge is it to get people involved in the US in this project?
It's not a challenge. People are really moved by what we do and the children that we work with and what our mission is and how we go about working with the children. We're not just we're not coming in to feed them food or to build a house. We're going in to really work with them in an artistic way and on a really personal level. So we have tons and tons of teaching artists who want to be involved because they get to do what they love to do and they get to work with an incredible community of people.
This program started as a very American driven program in terms of Americans being the teaching artists, Americans being the administrators, and as we've grown, it's become really necessary for the program to be a collaboration between Americans and South Africans. So the way I think about it is that it's an exchange. The first exchange is American teaching artists and South African teaching artists sharing what they feel about the art and what they believe about the art, and then that group of Americans and South Africans sharing what they believe with the students and vice versa.
It's been fun. Meeting different artists from America and our own flavor of what we call art and learning from each other. That kind of work really has been fun for me and a learning process as well. Like cultural sharing of our ideas, of our profession as a whole, So that's the main key for me.
I keep telling their mothers and their caregivers that we're taking away a lot more than we took in. We learned, I'd say, as much or more than we taught this process. They have been so open, and there's such a cultural bedrock of music and dance and storytelling that it was more about pulling out what was already in there than it was imposing or really even needing to add. It was more about an archaeological dig, an excavation. That's what the process has been about.
What drives you?
Well, everyone that was a part of the original team have been affected by HIV/AIDS in some capacity. So Dick has been personally affected. I've been personally affected. I know a lot of people who have. So that's really at the core of why we wanted to create an organization. And then we really wanted to work with children.